Good morning. Thank you all for being here on this historic and great day, one of many we've experienced in the last several months. First, I'd like to outline the program for today. After I speak, we will have Jerome Walut, our great Governor Andrew Cuomo, Howard Zemsky, and our Senator Thomas O'Mara, and in that order. I'd like to acknowledge Senator Tom O'Mara and his presence here, and thank you, Tom, for honoring us with your presence. President and CEO of Corning Enterprises and our co-chair of our Regional Economic Development Council, Tom Tranter. Our president of the Hornell IDA for 40-plus years, Jim Griffin. Alstom Hornell plant manager, Vincent Lacotte. And president of the International Association of Machinists, President Dean Smith. Thank you, Dean. Also, I'd like to acknowledge members of the City of Hornell Common Council, members of Steuben County Legislature, I believe I see some here, the Hornell IDA and Steuben County IDA. Jack Wheeler, the county manager from Steuben County. With that, it's no secret that for years a great divide existed between the upstate and downstate economies. We lagged behind when our neighbors to the south seemed to just keep moving forward. But when Governor Cuomo took office, he envisioned a different story for upstate New York. He recognized that years of neglect had taken its toll. People went without stable jobs. Businesses fled, and young people were no longer looking to settle down and plant roots here in their home regions. The governor's visionary, bottom-up regional council initiative has been a game changer for the southern tier. The premise is simple. No one economy is the same. Each requires targeted attention from local, regional, and state leaders. As a result, we have seen remarkable growth rippling across New York. Jobs are up, unemployment is down, and all arrows are pointed in the right direction. But our governor, Andrew Cuomo, did not stop at the regional councils. He went a step further with even a bolder concept, the $500 million Upstate Revitalization Initiative. And I'm proud to say last year at this time, our region was awarded one of those $500 million initiatives, and you will see the impact that money has in the weeks and months and years to come. The URI, or Upstate Rural Initiative, is more than just a check. It has meant the unprecedented opportunity to leverage our assets and completely reimagine the southern tier's economy for generations to come, and it's working. From record investments in our agricultural industry to the growth and development of our craft brewery and wine industry to the improvements at Watkins Glen Racetrack, the results are palatable. The governor continues to push us forward by placing our priority on bringing sustainable growth models to the region and providing ample opportunities for innovation. With every milestone we reach, there is new opportunity looming ahead. We are fostering partnerships, creating jobs, and attracting cutting-edge companies like Alstom. Yeah. Now, please join me in welcoming our great partner, Alstom Senior Vice President Jerome Walout.
Thank you, my friend Sean and Mayor again. Thanks a lot. Wow, wow, wow. I'm always impressed, guys. We should never forget that close to 3 years ago, there were only 50 people in the room. Now it's over 650 people who are working here. 650 Alstom people, families who are developing, restarting the business here. And because of what you have done, we were able to win this fantastic Amtrak high-speed contract. You are the one who will bring high-speed to the US, latest technology. And if we are here today, it's because this has been possible thanks to the support of mainly Governor Cuomo. Thanks a lot for being here today, taking your time, because it's a great sign of recognition of all the effort we have done, and you help us to make sure that the effort will be a sustainable effort. In 10 years, people will be even in a bigger number in this room and will create jobs for our children. In our project activities, I hate to say that sometimes we have to shut down the operation. This is what happened with the New York Metro R160, which was a successful project. We need to restart, and we have restarted, but we need to continue running on several legs, high speed being one of the legs, but metro cars renovation is also key, so we are in business, continue to develop activities for years, not only for us, but also for our suppliers, and all the activity which is generated for that. And I know that when your team has decided to help us, is because they know that our activity will generate other activities around us. So thanks a lot. We are really honored to partner with the New York State in order to create this high-speed new generation trend for Amtrak. It was a highly competitive procurement. All the top competitors from the world were competing. We had 10 companies in front of us. Chinese, German, Spanish, Japanese, they were all here. They all wanted to be the first to enter the US market. And because we were already present with Hornell facility and our experience, I think we made the difference. Because people know that we know how to build 95% in America. We have always the highest percentage of Buy America. We know how to train people, we know how to recruit people. We know how to develop the people. Alstom, I think, is a reference in terms of development of minority business, working with veterans, developing all these small minority enterprise. This is our duty, and we have some specific skill on that. We are in the public business, you know that, I've told you already. We are getting public money for transportation. Part of our role is to turn this money into local development, the loop. Our goal is not to take this money and send this money overseas and create jobs elsewhere. So your support, this grant, will help us to generate another 400 jobs. Okay? In total, will be more than 1,000 in this room when we'll be in full production. 2 train a month. You know that, huh, guys? Thanksgiving next year, there will be 1 car here. We'll start the fitting a few weeks after, and then the race will start. And we'll have to deliver 2 high-speed trains a month. This will be a world record. So better be prepared. And in order to be prepared, we need to invest. Invest in facilities, invest in tooling, higher standard of manufacturing techniques, and also invest in our people and the training. So this is a program which is ahead of us, quite exciting. And this, you know that for sure a lot of people have made their job, prepare a nice offer, but in this complex procurement process, you need the support of many. And I would like to thank, in particular, Senator O'Mara, because I know that he has been a long supporter of Alstom, and this is something which is quite significant for us, so thank you, Senator. I will also thank the team from the Empire State Development team. I mean, when you decide to work with us, I remember it was I just arrived 2 years ago, a bit more than 2 years ago. We had the first meeting in Albany, saying, okay, we are Alstom, hi, we have a facility in upstate New York, and we want to win the Amtrak project, so in order to be competitive, can you help us? And then we had a number of discussions. You came here, you look at us, you look at our capabilities, and then you decided to help us. And this is the way we manage, we came together to build this agreement, was to me a kind of role model. You have taken some risk for us. I can tell you, you will not be disappointed. You will get your money back. The other opportunity this kind of high-speed project is bringing is that it can foster and generate a bigger initiative, which is to concentrate and to develop in upstate New York the Center for Railway Excellence. And with the support of the city of Hornell, we want to contribute to that. Not only with Alstom, but there are also other railway manufacturers in the region. And we want to partner with them, bring the suppliers, bring schools, develop research programs with universities, because this is how we will create the virtuous circle of education, training, and then we get the best engineers, we can make innovation, and then we'll be able to develop product for the US market made by American people. This is our target. In conclusion, I would like to thank you, Governor Cuomo and the ESD, for pushing successfully on this vision to develop the upstate New York. We are very happy to be one of the beneficiaries of this grant. And none of this would have been possible without your strong commitment to the region and your full dedication to restart this part of the New York State. As a result of the governor's leadership, New York is one of the best places in the nation to do business. And the best proof is all you guys and people from all over the States and Europe are coming and asking to get first a green card and becoming American and stay in Hornell forever, which proves that this is the best place to work and best place to live. So thanks a lot for that. And please join me in welcoming Mr. Cuomo, the 56th governor of New York State.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be back in Hornell. It's a pleasure to be with Mr. Walu. That is now the new Hornell accent that you just heard from Mr. Walu, and we love it. So let's give him a big round of applause. Mayor Sean Hogan is to me the best example of public service. He's a person who's in public service for all the right reasons. He gets the job done. He gets the job done extraordinarily well. None of this happens without Sean Hogan, who's dedicated such a big part of his life to giving back to the community. God bless you. Give Sean Hogan a big round of applause. Howard Zemsky, the president of the Empire State Development Corporation, he gets a big round of applause because the $30 million is his money. So we give him a big round of applause. Senator Tom O'Mara, who is a great fighter for the Southern Tier, and he's always there, and he's always fighting for you in Albany, and he always does a great job. Tom, pleasure to be with you. And Tom Tranter, who is the co-chair of the Regional Economic Development Council, which is a new body that we put together that comes up with an economic development plan for the entire region. And we then invest in their plan, rather than Albany sitting back on a pedestal and telling the Southern Tier what they should do. We went to the southern tier and we said, what do you think you need? And we're investing in that. Tom Tranter, thank you very much for your great work. You know, and most of all, congratulations to the men and women of Alstom for winning this contract and seeing this plant grow and expand and bringing opportunity to the entire region, because it doesn't happen without your talent and your ability. This is, in many ways, the story of the challenge of upstate New York. This is the story of the challenge of America. This is what this country is talking about right now. Our economy was a manufacturing economy. What did we do in upstate New York? We made things, right? We made things. We had factories, IBM, GE. We produced goods. We used our talent and the best workforce in the United States of America to make products that other countries purchased. And then the economy shifted on us. Two factors came together, a 1-2 punch. Globalization, where other countries started manufacturing goods and their cost of labor was less, and you saw corporations leaving New York, leaving America to go overseas. And then you had technology, where before it took 6 people to do something, now you had 1 robot moving back and forth, doing the job. And we wound up with a great void in the economy where manufacturing was. Well, what's the answer to that challenge? Today is the answer. There is advanced manufacturing, where you're making products, but you're making products with a skill level and a level of expertise that other countries can't meet, because we still have the best workforce on the globe in this country. And that's still our greatest asset. So advanced manufacturing is who's going to build the car of tomorrow? Who's going to build the first high-speed rail car? Who's going to build the best, the newest, the most technologically advanced? And that now is a race, Mr. Walu said, on this contract with Amtrak. Companies from all across the globe are competing. Chinese companies, European companies, it's a big contract. And the question is, who makes the best car for the least amount of money? And whoever does that wins. There's a certain simplicity to it. Who makes the best car for the least amount of money? And to do that, you have to develop and you have to grow. And this plant had to grow to be competitive. Now, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, if Alstom looked around and said, who can invest in us? Here we are in the southern tier. Who can invest in us to help us grow? You would have heard the sounds of silence. Why? Because, as you heard, state government in Albany was downstate focused. And there was a sense that, you know, upstate you were on your own. And we changed that. And we said, if you have an opportunity to grow and you have an opportunity to invest, you can look to the state of New York and the government of New York as your partner. And we are an investment partner now that the southern tier in upstate New York hasn't had in 40, 50 years. So Alstom came to the Empire State Development Corporation, said, we think we can win this contract, but to win the contract, we need to make some modifications to the building. We need to put in a bigger test area. We need to buy new equipment. It's going to cost us about $80 million to be competitive, but we think we can win. New York State said, we're in for $30 million because we believe in you. You won the contract, which means over $1 billion in regional activity will be generated from this factory with these new jobs driving this region. And that is the economy of today. You have to grow and learn and innovate to continue to win. Or another company wins the contract, and then you're in a situation where we have to deal with a corporation that says, you know what, we have to downsize. So really, we have no alternative. We have to continue to grow to stay ahead, and that is exactly what we're going to do, and we're going to do it together. And that has always been the story of New York. We are the greatest state in the country and one of the greatest economies on the globe because we have the best workforce, and we continue to innovate, and we continue to grow, and we can do things here in the state of New York that no other company can do anywhere in the globe. And that's what you proved once again today. Where is the future? The future is in Hornell, and you're building it. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Governor. Always a hard act to follow. Did you hear that $30 million was my money? And you'd have a hard time finding me today if that was my money. It's so great to be here. On behalf of Empire State Development and 500 people, particularly the Empire State Development folks in the Southern Tier, I want to congratulate all of you and thank all of you. We always say economic development is a team sport, political leadership, corporate leadership, and all of you. And I've had the opportunity to tour this plant before, and management speaks so highly of the workforce here. And they would never invest the kind of money if they didn't feel that way about you. So it's a tremendous vote of confidence. This is great for Hornell, it's great for the Southern Tier, and it's great for New York State. The whole supply chain across the state is positively impacted by this. And the governor talks about $1 billion of impact locally, but also across the state. You do transportation so well, and the mayor talked about the way we do economic development, regional economic development. Transportation and advanced manufacturing is a tremendous strength in the Southern Tier. So we're very pleased and proud to support that. And ESD was very proud to be in your corner with Alstom a couple years before this contract was awarded. So it's a tremendous source of pride for us, building the most modern trains in the country, competing internationally right here in Hornell. I want to thank Alstom. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank particularly the governor who, and I'm your upstate cousin. I live in Buffalo, not too far away. We haven't had this kind of focus on economic development in upstate New York in forever. I've lived upstate for 35 years. We have not had this kind of support. It's so great to be in this job, traveling across upstate, finally, and the Southern Tier often, talking about investment, economic development, and jobs. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you, and particular thanks to Governor Cuomo. And you've got a hardworking senator here, so it's my pleasure to introduce Senator O'Mara.
Good morning, everyone. What a great day to be in Hornell, huh? This is fantastic. I am extremely proud to be here today with our Governor, Andrew Cuomo, and thank you, Governor, and Howard, for the great work that New York State is doing around the state and upstate New York. Here in the Southern Tier, where it's been mentioned that we have such a strong rail car manufacturing base in Hornell and Canona and Elmira with CAF and Bombardier. We have so much to build on. And we are leading the way here at Alstom with all of you. And Alstom won this contract with some help from the state, with some help from the federal government. It's truly been a team effort that we have all worked on to get this. But Alstom wouldn't have been in a position to have been bidding on this contract, to be in a position to be in the running for this contract without the great workforce that we have here in Hornell and each and every one of you that are here with us today. So thank you all for the work that you do day in and day out. It's about the strong workforce that we continue to have here in the Southern Tier. It's our biggest strength, in my opinion. We need to continue to build on that with these efforts in manufacturing. Manufacturing needs to continue to be a focus of our economic base. Our regional council, under the leadership of Tom Tranter, who's with us today, has focused on that. And we're leading the way in the regions in this state, I believe, in focusing on manufacturing, putting these dollars to work to help put the pieces of the puzzle together that we have with this $30 million from Empire State Development. The other resources that have come to play here to help make Alstom competitive here in Hornell to do it. And it's not just about Alstom. It's about all of the suppliers, all of the subcontractors throughout this region. And we talk about the Rail Center of Excellence that is part of our URI plan that will go a long ways to fostering this base. Nobody's worked harder on that than Jim Griffin that's here with the Hornell IDA with his 40-plus years of service. And I don't think there's anybody here that's ridden more contracts up and down over the years, as we've seen through Alstom and the way this contracting business goes. So, Jim, thank you for your leadership in this effort, the effort that you put in workforce development that helps prepare our workforce to be able to undertake these advanced manufacturing jobs, these higher tech jobs that we all do. So it's truly an honor for me to be here today to say thank you to Alstom for being here in Hornell. We look forward to this $1 billion of spinoff directly here at Alstom, but all across the region to our contractors, our subcontractors, our suppliers, which is ultimately what it's all about. A strong economy here, and Hornell is the base of it. So thank you all. Proud to be here today. Thank you, Governor Cuomo, for being here in Hornell with us. It's a great day. Proud to be here. Thank you, and God bless you all.
That concludes our program. Before you leave, though, I'd like to have a check brought up here, please. And the governor and Jerome and the senator and Howard and Tom Tranter and Jim Griffin. All right.